Welcome to the video guide for the St. Francis River in Ironton, Missouri. This guide will show the 5 main rapids on the river at a couple different levels, and the levels are referenced to the USGS gauge at Roselle, not the Paddler's gauge at the low water bridge. So this is the put-in at Millstream Garden, which will put you onto a couple hundred yards of Class 2 water before you reach the first rapid, Big Drop. At low to medium levels, Big Drop has 2 clear chutes on the right and the left, both of which are straightforward, and you just paddle straight down the middle. There's also some fun eddies to catch and ways to spice it up. This video shows the river at 6 feet at the Roselle gauge, which is bridge level on the Paddler's gauge. And at this level, it's kind of washed out. At higher water, though, there's a very large hole on the right you have to avoid, and you have to be careful of a hole 100 yards downstream, so you need to work into that left eddy. So the next rapid is Cat's Paw, and Cat's Paw has a variety of different routes at most levels. This here shows Cat's Paw at about 3.7 feet, and there's a few different routes we show you. This next video shows the same rapid at a little higher level, and there's a few less routes, and normally at this level, 6 feet and up, you just go down the straight route down the middle. So here, no matter which route you run, you'll start by running through this first drop and generally catching this eddy on the right at low to medium levels. After this, you can cut across the river to river left and go down the steep route, which is to the left of the stream, or you can do the straight route or the Z route. I'm going to show you the Z route here, which cuts across to river left. So you're going to catch this micro eddy right above the main drop. If you're doing the straight route, you just keep going straight. To run the Z route, you then ferry into this eddy behind the middle rock in the middle of the river. So you cut across the river here and work into this eddy. And then you're just going to work into the flow cutting towards river left. You have to be careful because some of the water pours into these rocks right beneath you, and that's pinning potential. So you need to make sure your boat's straight going through this slot. And then you'll just end up on the left of the river and finish the rapid out, going through a couple good surf waves down there on the bottom. If you run the straight route, you'll finish on the other side. So this is a video of the straight route with catching the eddy behind Shark's Fin at bridge level, and this is a really fun eddy to catch at anywhere between 6 feet and about 8 feet on the USGS gauge, which is bridge level to 2 feet over the bridge. And you'll see my buddy Rory come in right here. It's just a really fun, dynamic eddy. From here, you can either run the sneak route again, which just takes you off to the river left, to the left of our screen, or you can finish up running the straight route, in which you just have to make sure you ferry above this downstream rock. But really, it's straightforward. Charge out of the eddy across the eddy line and get into the main flow, and this is a really fun move to do. You'll just kind of end up charging right down the middle, going over through this little hole, and it's a really fun rapid. This rapid becomes Class 4 at higher water, just because of the big crashing waves and holes that you'll encounter, and at those levels, just run straight down the center. So this next rapid is Double Drop, which is the premier play spot on the river with a really good surf wave at some levels and a good ender spot at medium levels. You can run it any way you want, with a variety of eddy moves and ferry moves that you can do to spice it up. It's really a straightforward rapid, but here you'll find a lot of people hanging out on good level days and just play boating a lot. So this video just shows at 6 feet, the 2 drops kind of wash into one. It becomes pretty simple. These holes on the left and on the right become really big at higher water, but they're all flush, and you just kind of run straight down the middle. So beneath Double Drop is the last of the 4 rapids in the 4 main rapids, and it's Rickety Rack. And it's pretty simple at all levels. The main challenge is getting there. So as you can see here, the entrance is kind of a little bit of willow jungle. So at all levels, it works to work your way to the right. So kind of head down the right side, and when you see this rock coming up on the right, that's the main, that's Rickety Rack. So just run kind of down the center and stay on the right side. Here you'll see me punching through this wave at lower water. That can be a pretty, almost river wide, rather sticky hole. So if you head down the right side, you can work to the right of that hole and catch the eddy on the right. After that, the river flattens out for a little while, and then there's some Class 2 boogie water, and then you're going to come up to the dam, and the dam is good to go at levels of around 6 feet, 6.5 feet, and under. Above those levels, however, it forms the chute on the left forms a terminal hydraulic, and though there are some routes over the dam, you have to know them, so go with a guide. Otherwise, most of the time it's portage on the right. Basically, at all levels, just work to the left and go down the center. There's some play holes down there at some levels, and the water beneath the dam can be kind of swirly. But really, it's straightforward beneath 6 feet, and if it's above 6 feet, either portage it or run one of the booth routes if you know the river. Well, that's the St. Francis. All that's left after that is about a half mile of some more Class 2 to 3 shut-ins, and enjoy this river in Missouri. It's a good one.